Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zawfi binti Muhyiddin and I'm a lecturer from Academic Contemporary of Islamic Studies, UiTM Shah Alam. Today, on behalf of my team, I will present our research entitled The Parameter of Hadiyya through the perspective of the Prophet Solomon. This video will start with introduction, then literature review, methodology, result and discussion, conclusion, and acknowledgement. As introduction, in general, the concept of hadiyah is a form of gift that is allowed. However, the jurists have different opinions about the form of hadiyah, such as giving gift to someone in power or receiving gift from non-Muslim. Thus, this study aims to look at the concept of hadiyah through the story of Prophet Solomon's and the ruler of Sabah from Surah An-Naml, verse 35 to 36. Hadiyah in Islam is derived from the Arabic word al-hadi and has two meanings. The first is to provide direction and the second is to deliver gently, by Ibn Manzur 2000 and 2003. In defining hadiyah, scholars give several views, such as the first one, some scholars state that hadiyah are one of the gifts that can publish or strengthen feeling of love and affection or to grow it. Al-Tawil 2009 said a hadiyah is a gift in lieu of love and affection that wants to be cultivated or preserved. Some scholar defines a hadiyah as a gift given without asking for help that becomes cultural for something, while bribery is something that is given with a request for help on a specific matter. Al-Mawardi. And some others consider hadiyah as a form of kindness that has the same meaning as grants and charity. Then they distinguish between these three things by An-Nawawi 1991. While corruption, according to Islamic law, bribery is defined as a gift to acquire a benefit or to permit untrue things by Irfan 2011, or a gift to obtain an interest from Ibn Manzur 2003, Jumhuriyah Misr 2004. According to the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission 2022, bribery means the acceptance of or giving by an individual as a reward or inducement to perform or not perform an act related to official duties. Bribery consists of money, gifts, bonus, vote, service, position, wage, and discount. Corruption is not accepted in Islam. Corruption or bribery punishment is not only applied to the giver but also to the recipient. The method of document analysis is used in this study to create a qualitative design. Among the document sites are Tafsir Ibn Kathir, Tafsir Al-Maghari, Tafsir fi Zilal Al-Quran, Tafsir Al-Munir, and etc. This study examines only a subset of the Quran, especially verse 35 until 36 from Surah An-Naml. The obtained data will be descriptively evaluated to provide the essential parameter connected to gift or wisdom from Solomon's story a.s. The narrative of Queen Balqis and Prophet Solomon a.s. exemplifies the context of gift hadiyah in the Quran. Prophet Solomon's rejection of hadiyah does not imply that Islam rejects the notion of hadiyah, but it must be refined from the scope of the aim and intention of giving hadiyah, especially when given to someone in authority. Giving a hadiyah is permissible in Islam, whether done voluntarily or as a sort of compensation for a good conduct received. However, Islam does not recognize and forbids any gift intended to achieve a worldly aim because it can lead to corrupt behavior. There is a slight difference in Zuhaili's interpretation of the hadiyah given to Solomon a.s. regarding the hadiyah given to Solomon as a political game to avoid the occurrence of war and the destruction of Queen Balqis' region. The hadiyah represents the softening of Prophet Solomon a.s. heart in the shape of gold, diamond, and other adornment. According to Budiono 2021, Ratu Balqis gave hadiyah for three reasons. The first one is a gesture of loyalty to powerful ruler with the goal of preventing an invasion by Prophet Solomon alayhi salam army, as Ibn Kathir believed. The second one, the Prophet Solomon's personality test alayhi salam. If he had been like previous monarch, he would have appreciated the Hadiyya. But if he genuinely was the Prophet of God sent to preach to his people, he would have rejected it. Commentators such as Ibn Kathir, Hamka, and Al-Qurtubi and Al-Maghari share this viewpoint. The third one, the Hadiyya given to the Solomon as a stop preaching strategy to avoid spreading monotheism in the middle of society. Other commenters, including Said Qutb, Quraish Sihab, and Ibn al-Arabi, share this viewpoint. According to Shafi'i in the book of Al-Um, it is unlawful to accept a hadiyah given to an official in order to get right or invalid object. Anwar 2006 elaborates and expands on Imam Shafi'i viewpoint on the practice of giving, which is prohibited in four things. The first one, hadiyah is provided for getting right before the deadline. The second one, the hadiyah is objective is for the giver to get what is not his right. And the third one, the giver's hadiyah is aimed to relieve oneself of obligation through superior. And the fourth one, hadiyah are delivered under duress to avert threats to the giver's life. As a result of the analysis of Surah An-Naml verse 35 to 36, the parameter of hadiyah through the perspective of the Prophet Solomon's from Surah An-Naml can be utilized as a reference to distinguish it from corruption. The first one, hadiyah gift, they are permitted by Sharia. The second one, hadiyah can take the shape of numerous gifts such as luxury item, money, position, or wage, but they must be from halal sources. Third one, hadiyah must be offered freely and without conditions. Then, hadiyah is meant to deepen friendship and affection rather than to legitimize falsehood. Next, hadiyah is performed willingly and gladly without fear of being observed. Next, hadiyah is given to express gratitude and it is not provided before executing a task. Next, hadiyah does not imply getting the right sooner than necessary. Next, hadiyah is not designed to absolve the provider of all accountabilities through the service of a superior. And the last one, hadiyah is not supplied under duress by superior to avoid the threat of interest and things that could hurt the giver. And this paper acknowledged the highest regard for University Technology Marayu ITM, specifically for the Internal Research Grant GPD of the Academy of Contemporary Islamic Studies Aziz Shah Alam, entitled Model of Implementation of Pure Values Guided in Family Aspect, guided by the example of Al-Quran Stories in Malaysian Society, August 2022, July 2023. And that's all from me. Thank you.